and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia Fisch and today we are going to be doing this bronzy glowy makeup look that is geared to being outdoors in the hot Texas heat. And so it only takes me about 10-15 minutes to do when I'm not talking to you beautiful people. And so it is also a great option for an everyday makeup, especially in the summer. And so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so to start off with, I am going to be putting on sunscreen. And so for a day outside, sunscreen is definitely going to be the most important thing that you put on your face, and I would recommend that you do that regardless of what your day is going to look like, but especially if you are going to be out in the sun, make sure to do a nice dose of it. Make sure that everything that you're doing to your face, you're doing to your neck too, because as you get older, you know, you're definitely going to be able to tell if you took care of your face but not your neck. But also, you know, you need to be taking care of all of your skin anyways. I'm just going to take just a touch more and continue. If I know I'm going to be out in the sun, I really like to try to put as much sunscreen on my face as possible. I'm just using the Supergoop Everyday Sunscreen in SPF 50, and I used just a touch of the Glow Screen from Supergoop in SPF 40 just to add a touch of shine. Now, I don't really recommend this one only because, you know, you just don't need a shimmery sunscreen. And when I first bought it, I was just very, very intrigued. But realistically, if you wanted to get that look, because I can't just use this all over my face anyways, because I tried that and I looked like the Tin Man. But if you wanted to add a bit of shine through your sunscreen and just wear that, you could always grab your regular sunscreen and throw in just a touch of a liquid luminizer that you have, or there's tons at the drugstore you can find. And just for a nice all over shine, there's a lot of cheaper options than to buy this one specifically. Alright, so next up I am just going to do a little bit on my eyes, and I'm just going to be using the Kosas 10 Second Eyeshadow. So I got this as a Sephora award and I quite like it. However, you do have to be careful because it is a liquid, and so you don't want to leave it open on its side or accidentally tip it while you're using it because it will pour out. Another thing about this is that you have to shake it so much. So it says 10-second eyeshadow, but you'll probably spend like a good 30 seconds to a minute just trying to get all the shimmer stirred up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a touch of this to my lid and try to get some in my crease. Now this stuff does blend out really nicely. My goal with this makeup is I just want to feel a little more put together, even though I'm going to be spending the day outside. Just wanted to put a little something on my face, and so I'm going to be doing everything that I can to make sure that it all stays nice and put. So this makeup is going to be kind of directed towards some longevity. And before I go into my base, because that's really all I'm going to be doing with my eyes, other than curling my lashes. So it is going to be quite hot today. It's going to be almost 90 degrees. My tip for kind of an outdoorsy makeup is I honestly just try to get the bare minimum on my face and set it as much as possible. So I'm going to go in with my Deep Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. And so I'm going to add just a touch of that onto my face for a nice bronzy look. Add some color and life, and hopefully add some skincare benefits as well. And I'm just going to check in and make sure that is all nice and blended. Now, without me filming this, I could probably do all of this in about 10 minutes. I need a little bit on my neck, so you can see us look a little bit pale there compared to my face. So next up, I'm going to add just a touch of some coverage under my eyes. For that, I'm going to be using my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Vanilla, and I'm just going to use a really small amount. And so, you know, especially with a more outdoorsy makeup, the lighter you go in, the better, because there's going to be less that can crease and move. So I'm just taking a touch, and I'm going to dot this tiny bit under both eyes. Just making sure that is all nice and blended in. And so obviously this isn't a very perfected and flawless look or base, but I really don't feel the need to have that either, especially for a day like today. And I think I will just add just a touch around my nose. I do get a touch of redness. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just add a touch right there and along the nose. And so as you can see, there's really just so minimal even under my eyes, and so you can still see some of my darkness and hollowness, but it did brighten them up just a touch, which is really what I'm looking for. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in under my eyes and set them. And so this is, I think, the first video that I'll be posting that I even use some powder underneath my eyes, because I really don't, unless I know that I kind of I'm going to need it to last more than just being kind of indoors. I'm just taking a little bit, and I use it on my Tati Beauty Puff, and I just put a touch in the Laura Mercier powder, and I mostly dabbed some of it off onto my towel just to make sure we're not getting too much under there. Next, I am going to bronze up the face a little bit. Ooh, I can't get this closed. All right. And I'm going to go in with my Tom Ford, and this is the shade in Illuminate, and I am just going to add a touch of bronzer around my face. And then the reason why I'm going in with this is because I'm going to use this as kind of a cream base and then set it with some powder bronzer. That way, you know, I get the added effect of some extra bronze, but we're also going to add to the longevity of the makeup by layering on the products. And so you could just go in with a powder, but I really want to try to set this up to last as long as I can. Alright, so next up I am going to go in with my Film Star Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just going to take a brush and add a little bit of the Sculpt shade along where I put bronzer. Okay, next up I am going to do my brows, and I'm just going to do what I do with them every day. Just taking my Hourglass Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel in Soft Brunette, and just going to run that through quickly and then top it off with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, just to keep my unruly brows in place. To show you this sweet baby. Oh no! Hey, sweet girl. Oh, so sweet. Yes. Look at that. So next I'm going to go in with some blush. And I'm going to go in with the Peony Pink from Honest Beauty. I'm just going to put that nice and liberally on my cheeks because my face just seems to suck in all of my blush. And while that may look a little heavy right now, it'll kind of set in and fade, and like I said, I know it's going to fade throughout the day anyway, so I kind of want to start it off a little heavy. And then we're just going to add some highlight. And I think what I'm going to do is just go in with the cream highlight from the Tom Ford palette. Just hit that right here. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take just a touch of a powder highlight, and I'm going to use the one in my Film Star Bronze and Glow, just the highlighting shade, and just touch it on where I highlighted my cheeks, to kind of add some powder to that cream highlight just to almost set it. Now I don't have a powder blush to use, so I'm just going to leave that as the cream, and we're going to hope for the best. My goal with this makeup is not necessarily this 24-hour, waterproof kind of thing. I'm really aiming for something that if I sweat, if it fades, all those kinds of things, I'm not going to be left with like this weird streaky mess, which is why I do try to go in very minimally with like my face products, and even with my eyes, there's no mascara, there's no eyeliner, and yes, there's waterproof products of those, but I hate the process of taking those off. And just for a day outdoors, going to a ranch, there's just no need for that. So what I think to finish this off is I'm going to just spray my face quickly. Going to be nice and liberal. Okay. And so, my shirt is like damp now. I am just going to finish off with a little bit of a lip stain. I'm going to use the Bitten Lip Tint by Victoria Beckham. And I'm just going to use a touch of that. And I'm not even going to bother with lip liner today. Okay, I think that is good. Shake the hair out. And that is the finished look. Just a nice, juicy, bronzy look that I decided to whip up quickly, and this is really easy to do. It makes it a really nice everyday makeup, and this is very similar to what I would do on an everyday basis if I was going to wear makeup that day. Hope you have a wonderful day. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and hit that like button and consider subscribing. We talk about all things beauty and medical student and student life related, and I hope y'all all have a great day and you stay healthy. Bye!